My cousin sent me a video of herself, and now I have to see her in 2 days' corrupted version. Alright, so I, 26M, am currently living my worst nightmare. My cousin, 23F, accidentally sent me a video that I wish I could bleach from my brain. For context, her boyfriend and I share the same name, same spelling, everything. So, over the past year, she's occasionally sent me texts meant for him. Usually harmless stuff, like pick up milk or love you, babe. Annoying, but nothing traumatic. Until now. Yesterday morning, I got a text from her with a video attachment and the message, "Good morning, smiley face." Thinking it was a funny meme, or maybe a TikTok of a cat doing taxes, I hit play without a second thought. Big mistake. Instead of wholesome internet humor, I was greeted by a crystal clear, well-lit, high-def video of her going to town on herself. Full production value. A stool. A vibrator. The works. I closed it faster than my dignity left my body, but not before the mental damage was done. Since then, radio silence. No, oops, wrong person. No, sorry about that. Just nothing. Meanwhile, she's been active on Instagram, posting brunch pics and inspirational quotes about living without regrets. I, however, regret everything. And here's the twist. When we were younger, she had a weird phase where she'd constantly flirt with me. One time, at a family barbecue, she loudly announced to everyone that she'd marry me someday, then spent the rest of the day calling me future husband while I tried to melt into the ground. I chalked it up to her being a kid and trying to get attention, but now I'm questioning everything. Once, when she was 16 and I was 19, she jokingly asked if I'd take her to prom. I laughed it off, but she responded with a wink and said, "Just wait a few years." I thought it was innocent at the time. Apparently, she was playing the long game. In 2 days, I'm supposed to see her at her brother's wedding. Her boyfriend will be there, too. What's the least awkward way to handle this? I've considered fake food poisoning, joining a monastery, or starting a new life abroad. My backup plan involves an eye patch and pretending I've developed face blindness. I have chosen not to respond in any way because I think any response will lead her to assume that I have seen the content of the video, which is, in fact, true. I briefly considered replying with "new phone, who dis," but decided against it. Then I considered texting back "wrong person" or "right person at the wrong time," but then realized that was probably how people end up on FBI watch lists. I have two assumptions of what happened. One, she tried to unsend it or cancel send as fast as she could and thought she was successful, not realizing it already went through on my end. This would explain the lack of a follow-up. Or, two, she knows she sent it to me and is simply too mortified to say anything about it at all, which is completely understandable. This seems like the more likely option, but I can't know for sure. I know she has been on her phone because she has been actively updating her Instagram story with quotes like "no regrets," "live life to the fullest," and "YOLO," while I'm sitting here trying to figure out if I'm in a twisted episode of Black Mirror. She even looked at my story later that morning, but she has not said a single thing to me directly. I am supposed to see her in person 2 days from now for my other cousins, her older brother's wedding, who I am pretty close with. I assume her boyfriend will also be there since he's usually with her at family functions. To be honest, if this happened with a cousin my age or older, I probably wouldn't care as much. But she's been a kid for as long as I've known her up until a few years ago, and our relationship is like that. If she does know she sent it to me, all of this will add to the awkward factor. She is an adult now, but I've always thought of her as one of my kid cousins, and now I've seen her masturbating, and she probably knows it. If she doesn't know she sent it, then I guess nothing will happen. But I don't know if she knows. What's the safest course of action? I don't want to confront her about it directly in person and risk a really uncomfortable conversation around others, especially if her boyfriend doesn't know. And I also don't want her to avoid me all day and keep it awkward between us forever, which could be the case if I say and do nothing. My current plan is to avoid eye contact, laugh nervously if she says hi, and maybe fake a fainting spell if she tries to talk about it. If all else fails, I'll just yell, "Look, a squirrel," and sprint in the opposite direction. Or maybe I'll get a shirt printed that says, "Let's never talk about it." I'm open to better ideas. I have no idea what to do. Maybe I'll just show up in a hazmat suit and claim I'm quarantining for everyone's safety. Has something like this ever happened to anyone else here? What did you do? Or should I just go all in, bring a laser pointer, and treat it like an awkward family town show where we pretend nothing happened? Update Sunday, September 8th, 24. We avoided each other for most of the ceremony, but afterwards during the reception, we met waiting in line for food, and she actually apologized without me having to say anything. She asked if I saw the contents of the video, and I said yes. She was mortified but acknowledged it was her wrongdoing, and I made sure she changed my contact name to something more distinguishable. We both agreed never to speak of it. Her boyfriend doesn't know. Later that night, as I was about to go to sleep, my phone buzzed. New message from her. This one's just for you. Winky face. Attached was another video. I didn't click. I just stared at the screen, threw my phone across the room, and questioned all my life choices. Then I lay awake thinking, is this what people mean by family ties? Or kissing cousins? Either way, I'm definitely skipping next year's reunion. Update 2. Just woke up to another text from her. Don't fight it, winky face. I'm officially moving to Antarctica. Penguins don't have phones.